Good morning, ladies and gents. I'm back with another Conquerors Blade video, and this time around is going to be a bit different than my normal style of Conquerors Blade videos. This time around I'm going to be looking at shot calling and strategy in territory wars. So, as far as to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that no one else has actually made a video quite like this video or in any way similar to this video either. So, if you do have any questions at the end of the video, then please do let me know down in the comments below. If you want me to actually make another video on this subject as well, then please do let me know, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty more for me to speak about even after doing this video. So just a little bit of background knowledge first. So I've been in the game since closed beta, and in pretty much every house I've been in, I was in some way involved in the shot calling, the strategy, the tactics, and all the strategies going into and when you're fighting inside territory wars as well. So there is a mode called the Strategist mode, which people of rank Marshal or above in the house can actually go into in a fight, and it doesn't take a attacker or defender slot in the actual battle. However, it lets people go into the overview map of the battle, so they can actually shot call and give direction to either attacking or defending teams to actually tell them which way to go, where to prioritize, which way to focus, what kind of things to bring, all that kind of good fun stuff. Now, yes, this is just a game. However, this video is going to be fairly serious, because actually I am very passionate about shot calling and tactics and strategy, and through previous real life experience in my current job and in a previous job, I was actually very heavily involved in this kind of thing as well, but also in how to actually speak to people, how to get the best from people, and how to influence, motivate and encourage people as well, because I have been in houses before where definitely the wrong kind of person was shot calling, because they would bark at you a load of orders, and then if stuff goes wrong they would then bark at you for getting stuff wrong, and I think that is a total wrong way to go about shot calling, totally wrong way. So if you are one of those people, or if you're interested in getting into the shot calling, then definitely please do stick with it for this entire video, because there's going to be quite a few different things that I'm just going to very quickly go into throughout the video. I'm going to try and not focus directly too much or solely on one particular thing of this. However, like I said, if there are any comments or questions, or if you want me to make another video, then please do let me know in the comments below. So this screen that you're seeing right now is the Strategist mode overview screen of a battle. This time around we were actually the attacking force, and we were taking some forts from some house. I can't even remember who it was. It was a little while ago now, because it's taken me a little while to do this video. But it was a good, fun battle. We did eventually, in the end up losing, but we did push them back considerably, and their average levels and unit compositions were far higher than ours, far higher. So we actually had no right to even breach the walls, let alone get in as far as we did. But I think really good tactful shot calling is really important, really necessary, and I think that separates a lot of houses from each other. So houses with one or two thieves, you may have been able to actually claim them on the off, maybe no defenders were there or anything like that, but actually when some defenders do turn up, it makes the match a lot more difficult. And actually, in the past, in the house that I'm currently in, the Saxons, we have defended our forts or our town of Tura against ODT, against some other very big names which should have outright just wiped us. At no point have they ever been close to even taking Tura. The only time we lost Tura is when a very cheeky house, I'm not going to mention any names, actually took it behind our backs when there were no defenders. That's the only time we've actually lost Tura this season. But strategy, I think, and the tactics are very important. So if you are looking at going into shot calling, what I firstly would recommend is having a look and reading through The Art of War by Sun Tzu and A Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Now there's a lot of these books are fairly old, However, they're still very relevant to today and actually do start to teach the basics of strategy, what kind of things you need to look at, what kind of things you need to be aware of as well. Art of War especially is actually still used in actual military academies to this day because it is so good at actually breaking down and teaching strategy. So both books are fairly cheap. You can find them fairly cheap. You may even be able to find them for free somewhere. Definitely have a read through them. They're not big books, but they do start breaking down and teaching you strategy of things very, very well. So that would be my first thing to say, go and do. Secondly, play a lot of games like Total War kind of series and that kind of thing, because that will again start to teach you strategy, what works, what doesn't work. But just bear in mind with those games you are controlling AI, fighting AI as well, and AI behaves a lot differently than actual human counterparts, both in defense and on attack. So just bear that in mind when you're playing those games. However, they are very good at teaching you actually what some things happen, like how things happen, what some things will start to actually make happen as well. There's a lot of stuff to strategy which you need to get your head around and start to learn and start to actually become very proficient in kind of predicting what's going to happen as well, to be a good and a great shot caller and strategist. What I would say as well is really get into the mindsets. This is probably one of the difficult things, especially when you're first new, or if you're new into a house and you've kind of been promoted up. This is a really difficult thing to get into the mindset of. But even if you're not a shot caller and you're watching this video, this is also something to be aware of, that actually the people that are shot calling need to get into this mindset of, I'm here to lead, I'm here to control, I'm here to command, I'm not here to make friends, I'm not here to be anyone's buddy right now. For this hour and this hour alone, I'm here to lead this battle and strategically make decisions which, yeah, may get a few of you killed, but actually there's going to be important reasons why those decisions are being made. So from a shot caller perspective, get into the mindset of, yeah, they may be your mates, they may be your friends, but actually I've been told I need to shot call, and right now that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be making those decisions based on those things that are right in front of me, so I can actually make the best informed decisions in either attack or defense to get the best out of the house in terms of getting a win for the house. People that aren't shot callers that are watching this video, then definitely just take it into consideration that this is going to be the mindset that people get into. Don't take anything personally in a territory war. Unless the shot caller is being an obvious dickhead, don't take anything personally, because they're going to be telling you to do stuff for a reason, not because they don't like you or because they want to get you killed or anything like that. They'll be telling you to do something for a reason, because right to them at that point is the best decision. And what you guys need to do as non-shot callers is please just act on it. Don't hesitate, just act on it. Do as you're told, do it as quick as you can, do it as best of your ability, and then relay back any important information to the shot caller. So we've actually had a lot of, not trouble, but teething issues, which I think any house does. I don't think we're anything different to anyone else, but our comms before used to be very cluttered. It was a bit of a clusterfuck. No one knew who was talking, no one knew who anyone was that was talking, no one knew where anyone was on the map either. So actually people were yelling out that they had died, or there was 3 loads of cavalry over here, and actually it didn't make sense to anyone because no one knew firstly who it was, and secondly where they were and what they were doing. So it was just an absolute mess on the comms. This was made very apparent, very clear last night actually, when we worked with a different house. So there was about 18 of us Saxons, and we went in and actually helped another house, and we could very clearly tell the difference between our discipline and our comms between theirs. Our comms now, I would say, are at a point where they're absolutely bang on. If people die, they know what to do. Get your units recovered, get straight back in the queue. Don't even mention it. People give me very regular updates on the amount of people in the queue, and then anyone will. The only time people will call out is when I need to see or I need to know something, and I may have either missed it or I've already seen it but not yet mentioned it. So people are very, and these callouts are very clear. They're very brief, they're very clear, and they're very concise, and that's another thing you need to get into, both as a shot caller and as a non-shot caller. What I practice from previous real life experience is what I call the ABC on comms. So A is for accuracy, B is for brevity or briefness, and C is for clarity. So you need to be very accurate in what you're telling. You need to be very brief in what you're telling to get those comm channels back up and open and clear, and then you need to be very clear and concise with what you're saying as well. It's all well and good getting into a bit of a panic and actually saying, oh, I've just died over here, Actually, it doesn't really help me that much. I just need to know actually 3 units on the left, like ping, even if you can jump into the strategist mode quickly as well when you're on the ground, which you can do by pressing Z and just ping exactly where you mean. That's really helpful as well. That's what I would definitely say to get into the habit of doing in your houses. So as you can see from the map, all I can really see are blue and red dots with the points and everything as well, including the supply points. Now this is where it becomes really important to actually understand that each person will have a different unit composition, and the way that I actually play it is I leave the unit compositions up to each and every single person. I don't dictate what units people bring in unless asked, and I leave it up to all the boys to actually sort themselves out, because when I actually deploy a person, when I deploy people, I actually deploy them as a hero rather than units. So we've had it in the past where people have actually asked, do I need to go even if I've got no units? I tell them yes, because actually you're still very useful just as a lone hero than a hero with units. And we've actually had it in previous houses where just one lone hero has actually won us the battle a few times. Really, really important. But actually, if you do feel there is a breather in the combat, there's a breather where you can actually go back and get your stuff resupplied and rechecked, do it as quick as you can and get straight back to where you initially were. We have a few tactics and stuff in the house which I'm not going to go so into in this video. However, if you, like I said again, if you do want me to start breaking this down even more, because I'm already at like 12 minutes and I've only really just touched on the subject, then please do let me know and I'll make another video in terms of more detailed tactics and strategies that I actually use and get the boys to deploy, which I find works really, really well. And again, we overwhelm houses which have no organisation, no strategy and no tactics, and actually we hold our own very, very well against houses that do have organisation and strategy. So the importance of a shotcall and the importance of tactics is very, very important. And I think in the Saxons in the current season it's been proven time and time again, but it definitely has been proven in the previous houses I've been in, where the difference between not short calling a war and the difference between shot calling a war, you can see very clear differences in the amount of fiefs that we either take or held at the end of that war. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Like I said, if you do want more of these kinds of videos, then please do let me know, because I'm really passionate about this subject, and I can go as whole hog into this subject as you want. I can even go into actual human relationships and how to get best out of your people and everything, because I know I haven't really touched on that too much in this video. Please do let me know in the comments below if that is the kind of thing you would like to see. However, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.